Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and today we have some Fantastic Four updates for you, talking about the main villain and how it isn't going to be Doom, and a now confirmed casting for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that has been kept pretty hush-hush. Some would even say under lock and key, and now people are starting to speculate that this could be Reed Richards in the sacred timeline of the MCU. So we're going to talk about all of that and the possible implications for the Fantastic Four moving forward into the future of the MCU today. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the other major movie and television news updates happening here on the channel daily. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of those are in the description down below, so feel free to check them out. Now, I know all of you guys are really excited for the Fantastic Four to join the MCU. In fact, the Fantastic Four has without a doubt been the highest MCU topic of discussion for YouTubers, leakers, insiders, and fans all around. Only argument that one could have more conversation would be the mutants, the X-Men, or any type of Wolverine casting, things like that have everybody very excited as well. And that's completely understandable. I'm very excited for mutants as well. However, the Fantastic Four are closer. We have a movie already scheduled for us coming out early in Phase 6. So, the casting rumors, that has been a topic of high discussion for all of us. And that's going to continue on today. It has been confirmed by insiders, so not confirmed by Disney, but it has been confirmed that we should expect to see the Good Place actor William Jackson Harper in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which we just got our first trailer for, and it looks extremely important with some heavy plot details for the remainder of this second saga, the multiverse saga. Now, Variety is sharing this information, but so is the Diz Insider. Now, having these reports shared by two major inside sources is extremely awesome, but we're trying to figure out what exactly his role is going to be. Now, this isn't new information. There have actually been rumors of William Harper joining the MCU for several months now. However, very little information about what he would be doing or even what project he would be in has been confirmed by insiders. So to have confirmation that, hey, he's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, that's super exciting. But what will he be doing, and why has this been kept under such hush lock and key? It's very likely that whatever he is going to be doing has already been filmed, it's already been edited and added into the movie, it's all there and ready to go. So what is he doing that has to be kept so secretive? And that's where everybody's getting a little excited, as many of us are hoping for, and I would even say for some expecting, a Fantastic Four post-credit scene, or some type of Easter egg in the movie that maybe we'll get a little information of where the Fantastic Four have been throughout the entirety of the Infinity Saga. Many people, including myself, believe that it would be a fantastic scenario to imply that they were trapped in the quantum realm for the entire time, and not only were they trapped there, but that's where they developed their powers. So it makes perfect sense for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania to introduce the Fantastic Four, even for just a slight moment or for a voice, and it's very possible that that introduction will come from Reed Richards, who, now we're connecting the dots, everybody is believing could be played by William Jackson Harper. Now, we've gone over the list of possible people who could play Mr. Fantastic in the MCU for quite some time. Reed Richards is an iconic character, and we're very excited to see this Fantastic Four adaptation in the MCU. Now, John Krasinski is obviously a frontrunner, as he already played Mr. Fantastic in the MCU as a variant in the 838 universe in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. However, there are a lot of other options as well. In fact, we've been told straight up by John Krasinski that he's heard nothing about returning. We've even heard from Kevin Feige, who has told us that they only incorporated him in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness because the fans wanted it, and it was a really good way of giving the fans what they wanted without making it a permanent part of the MCU, leaving room for casting a younger and newer character that we haven't yet seen on screen, making the introduction of the Fantastic Four all that more exciting. It's hard to say which direction exactly Marvel is going to go with this, and we're getting very little information. We did expect to get an entire cast announcement at SDCC 2022 or at D23 in 2022, both of which have passed, and both of which were letdowns in the Fantastic Four arena. At San Diego Comic-Con, we did get the announcement for the movie officially and a time spot, putting it at the very beginning of Phase 6. However, we did not get any further information. Then at D23, more not information. In fact, Kevin Feige even said that we would be getting updates next year at D23, so we're not necessarily expecting to get official real updates from the source, Marvel themselves, until next year now at D23, which is just an eternity away. But Kevin Feige is something of a trickster, and it's very possible that we will be getting an update in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania when they show us Reed Richards as a little tease or Easter egg, pointing towards greater things to come in the future for the Fantastic Four film. Now, there is a second report about the Fantastic Four that I want to discuss, and that is Doctor Doom. We've had a lot of discussion again about Doctor Doom and his importance in the MCU, especially considering we already have confirmed a Secret Wars movie, which in the comics, God Emperor Doom is kind of running the whole thing. Now, Kang is currently the big bad in the MCU background, pulling all the strings with variants and problems and Loki, and now Ant-Man and the Wasp. We've seen him in the trailer. He looks like he's going to be fantastic, but I know that you guys cannot help but be excited for the possibility of Doctor Doom sitting just around the corner. And we've had tons of rumors pointing to the possibility of Doctor Doom making a small or minor appearance in Wakanda Forever. In fact, many insiders also are firmly stating that this is what will be happening. That in the Black Panther sequel, the war happening between Atlantis and Wakanda will be because of the drilling of Doom, Victor Von Doom, pre-being a big huge evil villain, in the coasts trying to find some vibranium for his company. Now, that whole vibranium and argument of Wakanda opening its doors is really what has led to Namor taking up against the Wakandans and all the issue and internal conflict, but we know that Tenoch Huerta, who plays Namor, has said that he's not the bad guy, and even went on talking about how a lot of Latinos are always pushed as the bad guy in a lot of different movies, and he's excited that that's not the case. So I actually kind of believe what he's saying, even though you never can believe what actors tell you. But having Doom involved and interfering in Wakanda Forever is the first step to having him show up in the MCU. Now again, I don't think he's going to show up in the final hour and be the big bad guy. I think it's going to be a very subtle logo on a crate or a voice that we hear in a big skyscraper somewhere in New York that tells us, look, this is Doom, or at least somebody who very well could be Doom. And that's the expectation we have. However, the report is telling us that Doom is not going to be in the Fantastic Four. An appearance on Hot Mic podcast inside Jeff Snyder revealed that sources told him Doctor Doom is not the main villain in Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four. He said specifically, "I'm told that Doctor Doom is not the villain of Fantastic Four. That Doctor Doom will be introduced basically like a mid-credit or post-credit scene in the Fantastic Four." So we're hearing from insider Jeff Snyder, as well as others who have backed up this claim, like My Comic Circus, saying we've heard the same thing as well, that this is not going to be the main villain in the Fantastic Four movie. In fact, now we have no clue who's going to be the main villain in the Fantastic Four. We have to kind of sit around and wait, and this is a long time away. We're talking about a movie that's happening in a phase that happens after a phase that hasn't even started yet. We're not even officially in phase 5, and Fantastic Four doesn't come out until phase 6. But truth be told, the excitement is overwhelming. We're also having all of these reports, which we talked about in a prior video, about the Silver Surfer special feature, which would be happening before the release of Fantastic Four, and give us kind of a throw into who the Silver Surfer is, potentially preparing us for the Fantastic Four movie. Now, I don't believe Galactus will be the bad guy of the first Fantastic Four movie. It's too big of a bad guy to throw into an origin film for a team that has this much importance weight on them in the MCU, but there are a lot of options for that moving forward, and I am pretty excited to see overall how these characters end up looking on the big screen. But with all of this being said, what do you think? Do you think potentially we have seen our first look at Reed Richards as the actor for this Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania part has been revealed by insiders? Or do you think that it's going to be somebody else? Also, who do you think will be the villain of Fantastic Four if Doom is only going to be teased for a moment in a post-credit scene-like fashion? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If you could be so kind as to like this video, helps me out, costs you nothing. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already and turn on notification bells, and I'll be sure to catch you guys all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.